Hello and welcome to BHS football on a gorgeous day game here on Saturday at Scalise Field in Sage Park, where your Berlin Redcoats get ready to take on the South Windsor Bobcats. My name is Cole Pike, joined here by my good friend
Tyler Pereira.
And Tyler, how do you think this game will pan out for both sides? What do you think is going to happen?
So, in my opinion today, I think the Berlin Redcoats have a much better chance at winning. The Berlin Redcoats have the stats to back it up. They have a much more mobile quarterback who's has a lot of speed, and I think the win record is going to continue today as BHS go 5-3 or 5-2.
Okay. And I think personally how this game's going to pan out is I think the Redcoats, they're on a 3-game win streak. They're playing really good right now. The chemistry is there. The momentum is there. And the South Windsor Bobcats are not playing too well right now, but you never know. I feel like the Berlin Redcoats, with playing at home, could really, develop their chemistry. And I'm just ready to see how this game will pan out. And let's look at some visitor stats from the South Windsor Bobcats.
Okay, so for the South Windsor Bobcats, they are standing 82nd in the state, and they have a 2-4 record. Today, they don't have a high percent chance of winning with only a 33.3% chance, and they've only scored 19 touchdowns so far. All right, here's the Berlin stats.
So the stats for the Berlin Redcoats, they stand 35th in the state with a record of 4-2, a 66.6% win rate, and 21 touchdowns, which is a huge part in Cody Puzio and Kyle Melville and many others on this Berlin Redcoats team. Now let's look at a QB comparison.
All right, so for South Windsor, we have number 24, Wyatt Prather. He's a sophomore, and his passer rating is 81.9. He's had only a total of 123 yards, and he's actually thrown 0 interceptions. But he's also only scored 1 touchdown.
Now we're going to look at Cody Puzio, number 11, the junior, with a passer rating of 73.5. Cody Puzio has passed for 893 yards, only 2 interceptions, and 13 touchdowns. He's been the star of this team thus far in this year. And now we'll go to some skill player comparisons.
All right, so for South Windsor, their number 5, Ethan Burke, is a senior, and he's their running back. He is a very skilled player with 963 yards, 78 touches, and 11 touchdowns. He is basically this team's backbone, and he will be one of the main players that we're going to be seeing this game.
Now we're going to be looking at senior running back Kyle Melville, number 20, 379 yards. He's been the heart and soul of this team for many years. 65 touches, 4 touchdowns. He's the captain of the team. He's the leader of the team, and he is one of the best players on this team. So now we're looking at some team stats here. The Berlin Redcoats have 21 touchdowns, 1,629 yards, 3 interceptions, and they stand at a record of 4-2. They are one of the best teams in the state, obviously, and I'm excited to see how this is going to pan out, especially for a day game here at Sage Park.
Yeah. All right, so for South Windsor, they have 19 touchdowns and 1,827 total yards, which is more than the Redcoats, but I still want to see how this will pan out. And they've also have 4 interceptions.
So taking a look at weather, it is gorgeous, 56 degrees out, 48% humidity, 11-mile-per-hour winds. Do you think that'll be a factor, the wind, at all in this game?
I don't think it's going to affect it much. I mean, I don't think it's going to affect the way that the players throw the ball, but that's just me.
All right. So, huge winds, gorgeous day, gay day here at Sage Park as we get ready to kick off here soon on BHS TV.
Yeah.
And now, your starting lineup for the South Windsor Bobcats. Number 1, J. Sean Barrett. Number 3, Ryan LaGuardia. Number 5, Ethan Burke. Number 7, Peyton Weiner. Number 21, Ryan Fowl. Number 24, Wyatt Prather. Number 54, Adam Sada. Number 56, Nahal Bekrai. Number 57, Will Campbell. Number 62, Adam Alani. And number 75, Sam Minkowski. your South Windsor Bobcats. And now, the Berlin Redcoats starting defense. Number 2, Cyrus Ravenoff. Number 3, Gabriel Rio. Number 4, Caden Torrado. Number 5, Carmine Rio. Number 9, CJ Riccitelli. Number 20, Kyle Melville. Number 34, Lucas Ravenoff. Number 54, Sean Granger. Number 58, Will Bolicki. Number 72, Nicholas Abrahimi. And number 77, Jared Riley, your Berlin Redcoats. Today's national anthem will be sung by a quartet under the direction of Tyler Boyle. The quartet is Addison Guardino, Megan Snyder, Tommy Morrissey, Corsetti, and Nathaniel Almani. If everyone would please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem. Thank you, Tyler, Addison, Megan, Tommy, and Nathaniel. Well done.
We are back and ready to get this game going as your Berlin Redcoats get set to take the field as the captains walk out to midfield to meet with the South Windsor Bobcat captains. And I'm excited for this game. What about you, Tyler?
I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be a really good game. And I think Berlin have a good shot of winning. So let's see how this plays out.
I think they do have a good shot of winning too. Also, some star players you might have to look out for. You have to look out for Caden Torrado, Carmine Rio. They both play secondary and wide receiver virtually every single snap of the game. Also, Kyle Melville, who we said is one of the best skill players and one of the heart and souls of this Redcoats team. I mean, what do you think, Tyler? Do you think that, you know, Caden Torrado and Carmine Rio playing a little Travis Hunter kind of thing where they're playing virtually every snap of the game, do you think that's going to affect them at all?
I think it's going to affect them. Carmine Rio's really good running back, really good defensive player as well. It's extremely fast, so we'll see how he does.
So someone else you might have to look out for, Aiden DeJesus, who had himself a career day in his last game, rushing for his highest yards of the season with 89. And I mean, he played amazing that game. He's a strong, fast, versatile running back, can catch the ball if needed. And I mean, do you think he's going to be the starting running back over Melville today? What do you think, Tyler?
Honestly, I think he might. Kyle Melville, he's really good. He has more experience, of course, but I think De Jesus' game last game was really good, so I think he'd be the better option today.
All right, and we get ready to kick off here at Scalise Field as your Berlin Redcoats are coming back to return. You see Kyle Melville and Carmine Rio deep to return as they will get the ball to start this first half. And I mean, I'm just excited to see how this game pans out for them. I mean, this special teams has been a factor in previous games. Do you think the special teams can affect the game as much as the offense and the defense, Tyler?
Maybe, I think so. The special teams usually give us a lot more diversity in the team, so see how that helps us out today.
Yep. As the South Windsor Bobcats get ready to kick this one away. The whistle comes and we are underway, and he went for a sneak onside kick and it's bobbled, and South Windsor look like they have it, and they do.
South Windsor have recovered the play.
Unbelievable way to start this game. A sneak onside kick bobbled by the Redcoats, and this defense for Berlin has to take the field.
That was extremely unexpected. I did not see that one coming.
That was unbelievably unexpected. So sneak onside kick, you don't ever see that.
Yeah, that's very rare to see, especially in a game where you really need to win with a pretty poor record.
Yeah. So an unfortunate start to this game for the Berlin Redcoats as South Windsor gets ready for their offense to take this. And a whistle by the ref.
Get the ball back, Berlin!
So this Berlin Redcoats defense is looking to get this ball back. Prather was Burke lined up to his left side. Gonna hand it off. He is brought down immediately, met by Redcoat defenders immediately, and Sean Granger got right in there as the handoff does not work to start this game off. So Wyatt Prather, not a prolific passer, only a sophomore. He only has about 128 yards passing. He's not the best quarterback, but Ethan Burke is their running back. He's the heart and soul of the team. And if they can shut him down, I feel like, Tyler, this game would not be as, competitive. Prather hands it off to Burke, who's immediately met by a sea of Redcoat defenders. Some would call the Red Sea, as the Berlin Redcoats team forces third down. So about 3rd and 11 coming up here for the South Windsor Bobcats. I think you have to pass it here, Tyler.
Yeah, I think these handoffs are starting to get unnecessary, and I feel like they're getting extremely predictable.
I would agree. I feel like you have to pass it here, maybe try to throw him off. This Redcoats game plan has been on Ethan Burke all week. Prather calls a man in motion to the left. And a jet sweep there, and he is immediately met. The Redcoats force a 3 and out after the sneak onside kick. CJ Riccitelli, Gabe Rio, and Carmine Rio were all in there. And it looks as if the offense is gonna stay out. Prather steps back, takes a snap, and this is going to be a punt. They punt it away. A good punt, and it will land at about the 18, 17-yard line. And so this Redcoat offense gets ready to take this field once again. And we'll just see how they respond after that sneak onside kick. It was a little momentum shifting possibly, but this Redcoat defense got it done. And I mean, what do you expect from this?
I think this is going to be a good drive right now. I really hope that Berlin can manage to do something with this, get a couple of yards in, and hopefully score a touchdown.
Carmine Real lined up on the near sideline with Dasher in the slot. Kyle Melville in the backfield. Puzio hands it off to Melville, looking to get what he can, and he is brought down for a gain of about none. Or maybe a gain of 3 yards there for Kyle Melville. And I mean, if you're Cody Puzio, you've had a great game passing, but most importantly, he is the rushing quarterback that these Redcoats have right now. Do you think his rushing would be a factor in this game, Cody Puzio?
I think Cody's rushing will be a big factor. I feel like he's one of the more agile and fast quarterbacks in Connecticut. So we'll see what that brings us this game.
Puzio runs to the right side, and he's immediately tripped up. Going to be losing yardage possibly there as Puzio tried to run right side, couldn't quite get what he can, and it looked to be about a loss of 1 there. And so it's third down and 9, third down and 10. I mean, I think you have to pass this ball.
Yeah, I feel like they should be looking for a pass this time instead of trying to hand it off.
Carmine Real lined up on the left side. DeJesus now in the backfield. Dasher lined up right next to Carmine Real with Melville closest to Puzio. Puzio rolls out to his left, looking to throw. Puzio flushed out. Cross body, a wobbler, and South Windsor want an interception. And incomplete, says the Berlin coach, but we'll check the call. And it looks as if it was intercepted.
The South Windsor defense is going to be a big problem this game, I feel like.
Immediately, I mean, they've taken big risks already in this game, and I think they're playing with a lot of heart and desire right now as this offense gets ready to take the field.
Get in there, Bolecki.
Prather calls a man in motion to the right. Gonna fake the jet sweep and hand it off, and he is brought down. And so this Redcoat defense has to come up big now. They could possibly be in field goal range. We don't know much about their kicker. I feel like you just have to try and force either a turnover or force a missed field goal. What do you think, Tyler?
I agree with that. I feel like if we play more close to the line of scrimmage, then we'll be able to shut them down real quickly because they have they're most likely to hand it off almost all of these plays.
Left, and is gonna put the jet sweep, and he has enough for a first down for South Windsor. And so the jet sweeps is something that they've really been looking like they loved so far in this game, Tyler.
I agree.
As Wyatt Prather has not been the most prolific passer. I mean, we've seen jet sweep runs, but he has not passed the ball at all this game, going for a deep pass. We don't know about his arm. Maybe he has a good arm, maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just see what happens, and he looks like he doesn't have the best arm, but we will see what happens later in this game. Prather with Fox lined up right next to him. Calls a man in motion to the left. Gonna hand it off to Fox, who's immediately met. And first down for South Windsor as he was able to get enough, just enough for a first down. And
it looks like South Windsor are getting close to the end zone. I feel like that is really likely that we could be seeing a touchdown from South Windsor this drive.
The run offense is a huge part of their game, and that could be the deciding factor in this game. If the Redcoats can stop that running game, this game won't be as competitive, and possibly this game could possibly be a blowout. Number 5 looking like he's in there, our quarterback calling a man in motion, and he's going to keep it, and he's immediately met by a sea of Redcoat defenders again. Will Balicki was in there coming off one of his best games last game where he had a safety, another sack, and numerous tackles, which was a huge deciding part in that game versus the Manchester Redhawks.
Loss of the yard, bring up 2nd and 11.
Ethan Burke in there at quarterback, number 5, as we'll see what happens in this game. If they, probably going to be another direct snap to the running back. And Burke hands it off, and he's met again. Sean Granger, and there's a late flag on the play. Possibly unnecessary roughness, and we'll check the call.
That's a terrible call. Didn't do anything.
Fans are clearly not happy. I mean, to me, it didn't look like he did anything. Tyler, what do you think?
I feel like that it wasn't a lot of unnecessary roughness. I feel like they did what was necessary to bring him down. He was standing up for quite a while, so I feel like Berlin did what was necessary during that play.
I would agree with that. As South Windsor looks like they're getting closer to this end zone as the ball's at about the 9-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 for South Windsor because of the penalty. And I mean, I disagree with that call personally. The fans disagree with that call. We'll just see what happens here. As Prather's back in the game now at quarterback, as Burke took the last couple of snaps. And they didn't give him the 1st down, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2. So Prather back in the quarterback spot with Burke lined up as the slot receiver on the left side. Prather takes a snap, rolls out to his left, looking to throw, fires wide open,
and
an easy touchdown for South Windsor as they draw first blood here at Sage Park.
That was a really good route.
And a penalty and a couple bad plays forced this Redcoat team to be down 6-0 thus far in the start of this game. And we'll see this, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Now, Prather did punt the ball. He could possibly be their kicker. I don't know what's going to happen here. It looks like they're staying out for 2 possibly. And Prather's going to come out of the game, and they will go for 2.
I feel like a 2 would be their best option here, especially with their running game. I'm not sure how their kickers are, but we'll see what happens with this 2-point conversion.
So Burke looking like a direct snap to the running back. He's going to hand it off, and he is no signal yet. He looked in, and he is just short.
Oh, good.
So this Redcoat defense does make a huge stop as they get ready to take this field once again. And, I mean, I think if you're the Berlin Redcoats, you got to imagine you want a touchdown here, Tyler.
I personally agree with that. If we could get a touchdown and a one or 2 point conversion, then we'll be leading this game, which would be fantastic for us.
Yep. So Carmine Rio back to return this kick from South Windsor. And do you think they will go for another sneak onside kick, because they did at the start of this game, but will they on their second kickoff?
I think we'll have to see. I'm not really sure yet, but I feel like the sneak onside kick would be a little bit too predictable now for them to do it. So
I would agree with that. I feel like it would be a little too predictable. You don't want to be too predictable thus far in this game. As South Windsor gets ready to kick this one away with Melville and Carmine Rio back to return, sitting at about inside the 15-yard line. And another sneak onside kick. It's going to bounce, and it will be fielded by the Redcoats, and he will just go down. Number 35, Camden Lavoie, was able to recover that, and he just wanted to fall down to avoid any other fumbles. And so they might just go for a sneak onside kick here pretty much any time in this game. What do you think, Tyler?
So I think that if they continue to do the sneak onside kicks, then I feel like we're in a, as you can see right there, we were able to receive it pretty quickly, and then get a little bit of
Puzio,
yardage.
play action, will throw the bubble screen to Melville, trying to get what he can, goes down the sideline, and is brought down on the near sideline. Looked like he may have had enough for a first down, and they're gonna probably say just short.
I'd say that was a decent amount of yardage gained by Kyle Melville, especially since he's one of the deciding factors of this team.
Ball will
Definitely
be
a
placed at the
fantastic play.
49, looking to try to get into Bobcat territory, and they did give him the first down there. Hands it off to Jesus, running left side, trying to get what he can, and he's immediately shoved out of bounds by looked like 3 South Windsor defenders, as this will be second down and no gain. So this South Windsor team clearly doesn't trust their kicker, because they went for an onside kick twice, and they have a really good rushing defense and offense. As Logan Dasher comes in motion to the left with Cody Puzio with an empty backfield with DeJesus lined up in front of him. Now Dasher comes back to the right. Puzio, a keeper, has a block. Puzio down the left sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, Redcoats. Cody Puzio answers back with a 50-yard rushing touchdown to tie this one up.
What a fantastic play. Good blocking all around.
Tremendous blocking from this Redcoat defense as Jake Solner comes out to attempt the PAT to give this Redcoat team the lead. Solner gets ready to kick this one through the uprights. 3 steps back, 2 steps to the left. Snap down, the hold is down, and the kick is up, and it is good. And so the Berlin Redcoats lead 7-6 with 3:34 left in this first quarter, as the Berlin Redcoats defense gets ready to take the field and possibly force a turnover or 3 and out. I mean, you can't force any points in this game, Tyler.
Yep. I feel like this game quickly overturned on its head very quickly. I mean, Berlin gained the lead with only a matter of a few minutes, if not only a few seconds. That could have easily been prevented, but
the quarterback keepers is something that they've loved these past couple of games. They've trusted Puzio to try and run them down and get into that end zone, which has worked these past games, as they've won their last 3 games because of Cody Puzio's rushing ability, which is a huge factor. Solner gets ready to kick this one away, and it's a great kick landing inside the 5, and miscommunication there by South Windsor as they get ready to return it, running left side, cutting back up the middle, and he is brought down inside the 15-yard line, probably around the 16, as this Berlin Redcoat defense comes back to take this field, and this South Windsor offense gets ready back to take this field. And this South Windsor offense did score a touchdown last drive, but I feel like with the momentum that they just got from this Cody Puzio touchdown, I feel like they could possibly force a turnover because they are hyped on that sideline now. What do you think, Tyler?
I agree. I feel like South Windsor's best bet is to gain a couple of yards at a time. Just enough for them to get closer to the end zone and then make a simple play to a wide receiver or tight end right in the end zone.
Prather motions a man out to the left and is going to hand it off to Burke. He is racked up immediately. It looked like it was Fox there who got immediately wrapped up, as he's been their running back. It's Ethan Burke, who's listed as a halfback on Max Preps, is now motioning out to receiver in this game, trying to throw off this Redcoat defense. Do you think that could throw him off any chance, Tyler?
I feel like it might throw them off a little bit, but we'll have to see.
I agree. I think we would have to see. It's still early in this game, nearing 2 minutes left to go, about 2 minutes 40 left to go, as Prather gets ready to take the snap, motions a man out to the left side, and is going to hand it off again to Fox, who's immediately wrapped up again. This Redcoat defense, who's been solid these past couple of games, he does make the tackle. It looked like a gain of about 3, as this will bring up about third and 3rd and 4 for this South Windsor offense, and they probably got to get a first down here. I think if you're South Windsor, I feel like you have to run the ball. The passing has been not your best option these past couple of games.
I agree, even though I feel like we have their running backs and we have them on lockdown. That's all.
Fires and overthrows his man on the near sideline on the right side, and this South Windsor offense looks like they're going to punt this one away again. And so another forced punt on another 3-and-out from this Redcoat defense, and as Melville and Carmine Rio get back to return as they're ready to punt this one away. So this Redcoat offense gets ready to take this field once again after that big rushing touchdown from Cody Puzio. Signals, punts this one away, a horrible punt, and this will be landed inside the 30-yard line, and a horrible punt there from South Windsor as their kicking game is not the best their special teams is, Tyler.
I agree, that punt was not going to help their team at all. I feel like they should stick to the sneak kicks again.
It is windy
is their
though.
best bet.
It is a huge wind at 11 miles per hour, but that punt, there's really no excuse for that.
Yeah.
Puzio with another empty backfield. Carmine Rio lined up on the left side with Logan Dasher lined up in the slot. DeJesus lined up also in the slot with Melville and Gabriel. Puzio motions Dasher. Puzio looking to throw, dumps it off for Rio, who cuts inside, and he is immediately racked up as Carmine Rio gets his first reception of the game.
That was a decent amount of yardage gained by Rio there.
And this will bring up 2nd and 4 here for this Redcoat offense as Cody Puzio gets ready to tell this Berlin offense what the play is, what they're going to do, and how they're going to score a touchdown on this drive, Tyler.
Yep.
Dasher in the slot. Rio lined up on the left side with Gabriel, his brother, lined up on the right side. And a flag is down. And we'll check the call here. And it looked like a false start or offsides on this South Windsor defense. And so this Redcoat offense gets a little gain here. And it should be a first down here for this Berlin Redcoat team. As Melville lined up in the slot with Gabriel on the right side. DeJesus motioned in the backfield. Puzio, quarterback keeper, has a block trying to get around the outside, and he is pulled down inside the 15-yard line. We are under a minute to go here in the first quarter with Berlin on top, 7-6 in the first quarter. As this is about 2nd and 10, as a gain of nothing for Cody Puzio as he tried to get around that left side. Four receivers in the game with both Rios, Dasher, and Melville, and Puzio play action, looking to throw, fires off the hands, batted off the helmet, and nearly intercepted by the South Windsor defense. Ethan Burke nearly had his first interception of the game as it was overthrown off the tips of Melville's hands and off the helmet of Burke and nearly intercepted. That was a weird play right there, Tyler.
Yeah, I feel like interceptions are going to be a big part of South Windsor's game here. It looks like they have a little bit more of a fast defense than slow and strong, so we'll see how that plays out. They should be able to stop, or has potential to stop, Berlin's passing ability.
I agree, as Carmine Rio lined up on the left side looking like a similar formation with four receivers in the game. Puzio looking to throw, flushed out to his left. Puzio just going to throw it away a little softly as he had nothing open there and was pressured, and this will bring up 4th down here. And they're looking like they're going to kick this one. So Jake Solner does have a huge leg. This would be about a 29-yarder, 28, 29-yarder for this Berlin Redcoats special teams, as Jake Solner has been a really good kicker for this Berlin Redcoats team, as he does have a leg. a 34-yard field goal coming up here for this Berlin Redcoats team, and I mean he's been a solid kicker. He's have a huge leg. I mean, we've been watching him in warm-ups, Tyler. He has a huge leg.
Yeah, he has the ability to
Snap down, hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So Jake Solner nails a 34-yard field goal to put Berlin on top 10-6 with a 4-point lead as this South Windsor offense looks to respond to that field goal. And Jake Solner has had himself a pretty solid season coming from varsity soccer just a year ago, transferring himself over to football where he has been a solid kicker, Tyler.
Yeah, that was a fantastic kick right there.
And Jake Solner goes 2 for 2 on the day with that one, Tyler. And I mean, he's been a near perfect kicker these past couple of games. He has missed a couple, but he's been a really solid kicker. What do you think about Jake Solner's kicking ability this year?
I feel like this year he has been a fantastic kicker, and I feel like this game he could really bring a good advantage for the Redcoats when it comes to his kicking ability.
I would agree. As Jake Solner gets ready to kick this one away, I think you have to kick it out of the back of the end zone. He has the leg for it. Solner gets ready to kick this one away, and he boots this one, and it will land inside the end zone. So a touchback there from Jake Solner as South Windsor will end up getting this ball. So we'll take a quick look at the Cody Puzio touchdown.
All right. So, as you can see really quick, as they're lined up in the center, we can see Cody takes the snap right away, and he fakes the handoff.
He cuts upfield, then he's gone. And I mean, Cody Puzio has been a really solid rushing quarterback this entire year. And I mean, if you do that a couple more times this game, that could be a huge factor. As Prather motions Burke on the left side, and Prather takes it himself and is racked up immediately. Looking at about a 2nd and 6 here coming up for South Windsor. So about a 4-yard gain there from Wyatt Prather, the quarterback. And probably one more snap will come here before the end of the quarter for this South Windsor offense. And Wyatt Prather gets ready to take this snap. Prather looking to throw, fires, overthrown and intercepted! Caden Torado with a pick and brought down inside the 25. An overthrown ball and an interception for Caden Torado, and what a start to this first quarter as it ends 10-6 with the Redcoats on top by 4.
What looked like what could have been a fantastic catch over there turned into an interception really quickly. That just goes to show how the quarterback on South Windsor might not be their best option, and that might be why they keep going for the runs.
I think he needs to be more careful with the football. Both of those passes have been overthrown. Both of those passes, I mean, he's had a lot of passes that were overthrown. He's had one decent pass in the back of the end zone, but he's overthrown a ton of passes that he's had, which is why they've been calling motions. This is why they've been calling handoffs. They have not been calling passing plays, and I think that's one of the main reasons. And this South Windsor quarterback is not as good as last year 100% because you're throwing in a sophomore to play quarterback. And I mean, we'll just get ready to see this Redcoat offense take the field again. Kyle Melville back in the game. So we'll take a quick look at the interception here for this Redcoat defense. So you see here, this Redcoat defense lined up as Prather has one man in the backfield as Fox. And you see Torado lined up on the far left side. And it looks like it's a bad pass, a wobbly pass, and it's intercepted by Torado, intended for their star player, Ethan Burke, who's been one of the best players in the state this year, the heart and soul of their team. As we get ready to see what this Redcoat offense can do here at the start of the second quarter. Melville and DeJesus in the backfield with Cody Puzio as the quarterback, as Cormine Real lined up on the left side. His brother Gabriel on the opposite side of him. Only 2 receivers in the game, 2 running backs in the backfield. Puzio with the handoff to Melville, looking to cut upfield, and he's met immediately by the South Windsor defense, and they're already in field goal range here, Tyler. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like Berlin should be looking for a pass right now into the end zone, but it's a little bit too early to tell as they are currently on their 2nd and 10. We'll see what they do with this play.
they're on at about the 10-yard line. Similar formation coming up here. And Puzio hands it off to Melville, still pushing as he'll get a gain of about 4 yards for this Redcoat offense. And Cody Puzio, I think you take a shot here into the end zone. Tyler, what do you think?
I agree with that. I feel like Cody Puzio has the arm for it, and that's definitely their best option with this play.
I would agree. I feel like you have to take a shot into the end zone here, try and extend your lead to 16, get a 10-point lead, kick the extra point, you're up by 11.
Yeah, a wide pass could also be a good option. I mean, if the players could get past them, that would be...
Puzio, play action, rolls out to his right, looking to throw. Puzio fires into the end zone, and a sliding catch made by Gabriel, but he's out of bounds. And this will bring up 4th down, and Solner looking to kick this ball through the uprights and extend the lead 13-6 if he can convert this field goal. 10:43 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Berlin on top 10-6, looking to extend their lead to 7 with the field goal here from Jake Solner.
I feel like Jake Solner has a very great chance of scoring this field goal. Feel like we're definitely going to get the advantage after this one.
Melville the man to hold. Solner getting ready to put this one through the uprights. Snap good, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good again. That makes Jake Solner 3 for 3 on the day with 2 huge field goals to extend the lead to 7 points as Berlin on top 13-6 in this game with 10:39 left to go in this 2nd quarter as this South Windsor offense gets ready to take this ball back. So I think Solner, he boots this one out of the back of the end zone. What do you think, Tyler? He has the leg for it.
I definitely agree.
I mean, I think you should do that. I mean, he has the leg for it, obviously. He can just boot this one into the end zone. He did it last time he kicked the ball off. And we'll see what happens here if he can boot this one out of the back of the end zone. Solner boots it about right side, and it's bobbled. And the Redcoats pounce on him immediately, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. So a great play by this Berlin Redcoats special teams after a bad bobble there from, looked like Ethan Burke, who couldn't quite reel that one in as Solner booted that one as hard as he could, and it looked like that was a huge play as they will start this drive inside their own territory, inside the 15.
I have a feeling that South Windsor is not going to be scoring off of this drive. They've demonstrated in the past few plays that they haven't been able to.
Burke with the direct snap, and he's immediately met by a sea of Redcoat defenders, and they've immediately gotten on him on these direct snaps. And I mean, it's looked like they couldn't really do anything on these direct snaps. This Berlin Redcoats offense has shut pretty much everything down. The only time they scored was off of interceptions that put them inside their Redcoats territory, and this South Windsor offense has looked weak here, Tyler.
Yeah, I agree. There's not really much that the South Windsor defense could do, or South Windsor offense can do against this Berlin Redcoats defense.
Burke motions a man out to the right, and Burke looking to keep it. He's met again. Nothing that this South Windsor offense can do, and it looked like a little scuffle at the end of there. And almost every play has been a rush for this South Windsor Bobcats offense. We've seen about 3 passing plays today. One of them resulted in a touchdown. The other resulted in an interception. The other resulted in an incompletion. 3rd down and long here coming up for this South Windsor Bobcat offense. Prather back in the game at quarterback now. Prather drops back, looking to throw. He's pressured. Flushed out to his left, looking to keep it. He's brought down.
Oh, fumble.
And looked like a fumble, but they're going to rule him down. Lucas Revenoff, this 6-foot senior, 195-pound middle linebacker, brought him down and looked like it was a fumble, but they did rule him down. As South Windsor, as it's going to be 4th and 8, as this South Windsor offense is looking to punt this one away. Another 3-and-out forced after bad special teams. And I mean, the Redcoats has just looked like the better team in this game, Tyler.
Yeah, I think South Windsor have overall looked extremely weak this game. Their offensive play hasn't been anything special, and their defense has, yeah.
Another
and they
bad
really struggle
punt.
with the Redcoats offense with almost every play that they've made.
Another bad punt, and this Redcoats offense will start this drive inside South Windsor's territory as Cody Puzio gets ready to take this field again, who's led a touchdown drive and 2 field goals. And this Redcoat defense has been really a special part of the team in these last couple of games. Their defense has been outstanding with Will Balicki, Gabriel, who had 2 interceptions last game, Caden Torado with an interception today. DeJesus in the backfield with Carmine Real lined up on the right side. Puzio looking to throws it for Melva on the bubble. Shakes a man looking to try to get away, and he gets brought down short of the 1st down. Kyle Melville with another reception in this game, which will bring up about 2nd and 4, about 2nd and 3. And so this Redcoat offense, one of their main factors has been their rushing ability. I feel like you probably rush it here, Tyler. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like we should possibly rush it just to get the 1st down, and then after that we could see what we do from there.
Melville on a toss, looking to throw. Melville winds up, and Gabriel
What a fantastic catch.
has it. Touchdown, Redcoats! A trick play from Melville. A toss to Melville, threw in, delivered a dime to Gabriel in the back of the end zone. Gabriel completely beat his man there, Tyler.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play right there. The catch was great as well. Honestly, there's not really much the South Windsor defense can do against this Berlin Redcoats offense over here.
This Redcoat offense is just clicking right now. Solner looks to try and make himself 4 for 4 on the day. Snap down, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Solner is 4 for 4 on the day as they extend their lead to 14 with that passing touchdown by Kyle Melville off a trick play there. And this Berlin team has just been unbelievable these past couple of games. The defense, the offense, the special teams has improved from earlier in this year. So Solner ready to boot this one away. I think he boots this one out the back of the end zone again. I mean, the special teams for South Windsor has not been the best. The defense has not been the best. And the offense has not been the best. Solner to kick this one away. A high kick and will be fielded inside the 5 again. Bouncing at about the 5-yard line will be taken. Trying to cut upfield, and he's met immediately. A great tackle by Cyrus Revenoff. The senior 6-foot linebacker makes himself a big play after a big play on the defensive side. And this Redcoat defense gets ready to try and force another 3-and-out as this South Windsor offense has shut down their star player, Ethan Burke, and have shut down everybody else and have shut down Wyatt Prather. Burke as the quarterback, probably going to be another direct snap and a run play. Motions a man out to the left side. High snap and a handoff, and he's racked down immediately by this Redcoat defense again, who have just been on pretty much every single play that this South Windsor offense have thrown at them. Under 7 minutes ago, 6:48 left in this game, as this Redcoat defense is trying to force another 3 and out. Possibly a turnover would be huge. Burke as the quarterback. High snap, handoff again, who actually has room this time, runs down the right sideline and is forced out of bounds. And he has enough for a South Windsor first down. So let me ask you, Tyler, this running game for South Windsor has not been the best, but they're sticking to it. How do you think this will pan out later in this game?
I honestly don't think it's going to help them very much. I feel like they have to get more creative with the plays that they're making, start running better routes, and the quarterback needs to start coordinating his arm so he could make the passes reach the players.
Burke hands it off again, and he's met immediately there. Still up, and he is blown dead, as this is going to be a loss of yards from this South Windsor offense, about a loss of 4 yards about for the South Windsor offense, as Prather gets ready to take this field once again, as he's the quarterback this time, as Burke is forced out to receiver now. 2nd and 13 coming up here for this South Windsor offense, and they have just been shut down in every single aspect of this game, Tyler.
Yeah.
Prather as the quarterback with Fox lined up right next to him. Both of them are sophomores. Prather throws the bubble screen to Burke, who tries to shake Torado. Burke down the sideline, and Burke is going to outrace everybody for a South Windsor touchdown. And the bubble screen worked to their skill player, Ethan Burke, who is definitely by far their best player, as they take their score from 6 to 12 in just one play, as this score is 20-12 now, and they will attempt their PAT.
That was a fantastic run there. I feel like now maybe that their running has improved. Yeah, I feel like it's only a matter of time before the South Windsor team clicks together and starts putting up a little bit more competition.
This Redcoat defense needs to shut down Ethan Burke. He's their best player. They need to watch out for those screens. That's something that has absolutely been killing this Redcoat defense in this game thus far, as they get ready to attempt their PAT, and it's looking like it's gonna be a 2-point conversion here for the South Windsor offense, trying to get this lead cut down to 6, and a timeout called by South Windsor. So let me ask you, Tyler, no big plays have happened in this game yardage-wise for South Windsor until just now. Do you think that this quarterback will ever take a deep shot in this game, or do you think he'll just be throwing screens and dumping it off on jet sweeps? What do you think?
Well, I think we'll have to see when this throughout this game. But in the first half, we haven't seen that much of him. Maybe something else will happen in the second half, but I personally doubt that any major plays, major passes will be made from this quarterback.
I think so. I mean, I agree. I mean, he's only been throwing screens in this game. He has not been doing much else during this game. He's only throwing screens, calling jet sweeps, sometimes sub him out at quarterback to put in Ethan Burke at quarterback. We'll just see what happens later in this game with 5:29 left in the second quarter, 5:29 left in the half.
Yep.
Prather takes it, hands it off, cuts it to the right side, and he broke away from Gabe Rio and is in for the 2-point conversion for South Windsor, and they cut this lead down to 6.
I feel like the South Windsor offense is starting to wake up now, maybe start putting a little bit more pressure on the Berlin Redcoats defense.
I would agree with that. So Tyler, 4-2 and 2-4. This is a solid matchup right now. I mean, we're seeing scoreboard-wise 20-14 with 5:30 left about in this game. What do you think is going to be the deciding factor in this game?
I feel like the deciding factor is going to be how their running backs play and how their quarterbacks play this game. So I feel like Cody Puzio definitely has the advantage when it comes to the quarterbacks, and I feel like now that we're starting to see some more of the South Windsor offense, that the running back advantage is for South Windsor. How about you?
Well, Tyler, I think the deciding factor in this game is going to be how Cody Puzio plays later in this game. He's the quarterback, he's the heart and soul of the team, and he's one of the leader of the teams. And I think Kyle Melville also can be a huge play. And we see a normal kick here for the first time in this game will be fielded by Melville inside the 10. Melville looking for a block, has some blocks, and will take this one across the 30-yard line, inside the 30-yard line, as this Redcoat offense gets ready to take the field again. Like I said, I mean, Cody Puzio will be probably the deciding factor in this game because he is the quarterback, but Kyle Melville is also the heart, soul, captain, leader of the team. However he is, however his attitude is, however his game goes, this whole team's game goes.
I agree with that. I feel like Cody Puzio, he has a fantastic rushing ability, so I feel like that will help them out a lot here. In my opinion, he could probably play running back if he wanted to.
Yep. So the handoff here going to DeJesus, who's going to get a gain of about 3 yards, about 4 yards, as this Redcoat offense, they need to try and get another big play. They've just had 2 touchdown drives. And, I mean, the trick play, the huge rush by Cody Puzio, I feel like they need to, you know, reset momentum and get back in this game. And they can't get too down on themselves after that big touchdown from South Windsor.
Yeah.
Melville in the backfield with Gabriel lined up on the right side. Puzio play action. He's going to tuck it and run, and he is met and tries to dive for a gain of extra yards, as should be about a gain of about 2 yards, and this will bring up 3rd and 4 here for this Berlin Redcoat offense. Tyler, what do you do here? Do you pass it or do you run it? Because me personally, I think you should pass this one here.
I think you should pass it too. If you pass it during this play, then you're definitely probably going to get the first down. Cody Puzio definitely has the arm for it. If they decide to run it, then that might work as well.
Puzio calls man in motion. Puzio going to keep it and spins out of a tackler, and he is going to be just short, it looks. No, they give him the first down. So, first down, Redcoats moving those chains as Puzio gets ready for another fresh set of downs here at Sage Park.
Yeah.
Gabriel has had himself a heck of a couple of pass games, 2 interceptions and a receiving touchdown last game, and a receiving touchdown off a trick play from the passing touchdown from Kyle Melville in this game. DeJesus in the backfield with Melville lined up in the slot. Carmine Rio lined up on the left side with Gabriel on your near sideline. 4 receivers in the game. They're going to hand it off for DeJesus, who is immediately brought down. He either got back to the line or got a loss of 1. We'll check what they give him, and they're going to say he got back to the line. So this will bring up 2nd down and 10 here for this Berlin Redcoat offense. Melville lined up in the slot. Gabriel on this near sideline. 4 receivers in the game. Tirado motions back to the right. Puzio looking to throw. Dumps it off the screen to DeJesus, looking for a set of blocks and won't get it. And he will get a gain of about 4 yards. About 3 to 4 yards there from DeJesus off the screen pass. It didn't look like the pass was set up well there, Tyler.
Yeah. I feel like the blocking actually didn't work to their advantage there. It wasn't really helpful, and I feel like he ran into actually a couple of his own teammates there.
I would agree there, Tyler. And this will bring up 3rd down and 7 here for this Berlin Redcoat offense. Nearing the 2-minute mark in this 2nd quarter. 2:10 left to go in the half. Puzio, play action, spins out of it, throws for Melville, caught on the near sideline, stays in bounds and is shoved out of bounds. Just enough for a Redcoat first down. As these Redcoats are keep on moving these chains, and we'll get another fresh set of downs. As another reception for Kyle Melville gives its Redcoat offense momentum as we are under 2 minutes to go here. 1:54 left in the half, 20-14. And I think if you get a touchdown here, you come into this half, you know, chilling, Tyler. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. If
Puzio takes a snap, looking to throw, jumping it off to Dasher, running down the right sideline, cuts it back outside, and is brought down for another first down inside the 30-yard line.
that was definitely a great play right there. I feel like if we keep doing those kind of plays, then we could definitely get a touchdown. And then in the second half, we should be set for the rest of the game.
I would agree, Tyler. Gabriel lined up on the right side. Carmine Rio, his brother, on the left side. 4 receivers in the game with Dasher and Melville. Puzio gonna keep it. Cut it back outside, looking for a block. Getting inside the 25-yard line, and he's shoved out of bounds about at the 24-23-yard line. So Cody Puzio with another rush in this game, who already has had a big rushing touchdown. He's listed as a big rushing quarterback. I mean, he's basically like their third running back of this team, Tyler.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said before, I feel like he is a very versatile quarterback. He could do basically anything. Has a fantastic arm, and he could make these rushing plays.
I would agree. Puzio has an empty backfield here. One-on-one on your left side. Melville coming as the man in motion. Puzio on a keeper. Breaking a tackle, running right side. Getting a block from Gabe Rio. Trucking a man in the process and goes down inside the red zone at about the 5-yard line. A big rush and the resilience to stay up after that broken tackle as Cody Puzio puts them at about the 5-yard line inside the red zone with that play. And it looks like they're going to mark him at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line, just short of the 5-yard line, but it's still inside the 10. 1:12 left to go. Berlin on top by 6, 20-14. And I mean, even if you get a field goal here, you're still on top by 2 possessions.
Yeah, I feel like Berlin should definitely be able to get a touchdown off of this drive, especially with a fresh set of downs.
1:19 left in this game to go. Melville in the backfield here. Dasher's in the slot with Gabriel lined up on the right side. His brother on the opposite side of him. Handed off Melville, who's spun down immediately by the South Windsor defense. 2nd and goal coming up here for this Berlin Redcoat team. And I mean, I don't know how this game's going to pan out for this rushing game. I mean, it looked like it's been shut down.
Yeah. I feel like right now handing it off would be the best strategy. They're really close to the end zone. If they pass it, they could definitely get a touchdown, but it looks like the defense is playing pretty decent right now.
Puzio spins out on a play action, fires for Dasher, and it was nearly intercepted. A risky throw there from Cody Puzio, intended for Dasher in the end zone. So bringing up 3rd and goal here for this Redcoat offense. Set up on the South Windsor 8-yard line. We're under a minute to go, 36 seconds left in this game, 20-14. Berlin on top by 6. The 2-4 South Windsor Bobcats have looked like a resilient team who are coming in throwing nothing but the kitchen sink at the Redcoats right now. As the Redcoats are 4-2, they thought this game might have been easier than expected. DeJesus in the backfield. Puzio looking to throw. Puzio fires in the end zone. Touchdown! Redcoats, Kyle Melville. A passing and receiving touchdown for Melville as Berlin jumps on top, 26-14. Late in this game, nearing the end of the half.
Yeah, Kyle Melville is definitely one of the better players on this team. Yeah, no question about it. He's been playing fantastic this whole entire game, and in the few games before this.
As Jake Solner will get ready to attempt this PAT. So something about this Red Sea, you don't see many people from the Red Sea here. I don't know if it's just a day game thing or if it's just Saturday, but you don't see many people from the Red Sea. Usually on Friday night it is packed out, it is filled, the energy is here. Do you think the Red Sea is a deciding factor in any of these games that they played in this past?
I definitely think so. I feel like whenever more fans decide to show up to the game, I feel like it motivates the team much more and makes them play a lot better.
I would agree with that. And so Jake Solner, no, looking like they're gonna go for 2 as Cody Puzio stays in this game with Torado and Carmine Rio line up on this right side. The defense is stacked on the left side, which is where they are mostly forcing all their players. De Jesus in the backfield. Dasher, the man in motion to the right. Puzio looking to throw. Fires and caught. And the 2-point conversion is good. A bobble and catch there from Carmine Rio on the left side. 31 seconds left to play. Berlin on top by 14. And I mean, they can go into this half with a comfortable lead here, Tyler.
Yeah, Carmine Rio is definitely a fantastic player for this team. In the past few games, he's been playing really great. This game, I'm hoping we see a little bit more from him. What do you think?
What happens
think,
here? Later in this game, as Jake Solner gets ready to boot this one away, probably out of the back of the end zone again. He has the leg for it. Watching him in warm-ups, watching him in past games, he's able to boot this one through right out of the back of the end zone. 31 seconds left to play here. Berlin on top by 14 points. 28-14 as the 2-4 South Windsor Bobcats need to probably get a huge touchdown here early before this half ends. A wobbling kick bouncing at the 15 will be fielded at about the 10-yard line, cutting upfield looking for a block, and he's brought down inside his own 20-yard line. So Tyler, what do you think about this Redcoat team, how they're going to come out in the second half?
I feel like in the second half, Redcoats they've been playing really consistent this game. I feel like we're going to see more of that in the second half. Maybe see a few different players take some snaps. We'll have to see though.
I feel like you will see different players take snaps in this game if they can jump out to a blowout lead here early in this next half. That's awaiting us 28 seconds from now. Prather calls Ethan Burke in motion and going to hand it off to Burke, who's had a big rushing touchdown last play as he shoved out of bounds inside the 25, about down near about the 30-yard line. So Ethan Burke has definitely been their best player. He's had virtually a lot of touches. He's taken snaps at quarterback. What do you think Ethan Burke can bring in this second half that will get South Windsor going?
Well, I feel like Ethan Burke, he's definitely been their best player. There's no question about it. And he's been very consistent for them, and I feel like we're going to see more of that in the second half. Maybe he scores a touchdown.
Maybe, as the handoff here goes for not much, about no gain, maybe even a loss, as Sean Granger looks happy with that play. We have under 10 seconds to go, 9 seconds left. What do you think, Tyler? Injured player on the field. Hope he's okay. So, Tyler, what do you think they do here? Do you think that they, go for, the end zone here, maybe even just a run, maybe the clock out, you're under 10 seconds to go, you're down by 14, what do you think you do?
I'm not sure. I feel like they could punt it. We're going into the second half. I mean, I don't feel like they're going to get much done with this play either way.
I don't know if they're going to get much done either. I mean, 9 seconds left on the clock, under 10 seconds to go, 9 seconds left. I mean, we are ready to see what this next half awaits us after this one play here. And I mean, we're hoping for a speedy recovery for that South Windsor player. You don't really want to see anybody injured in football, Tyler.
Yeah, it's a really rough sport.
You don't really want to see much injury there, and we're hoping for a speedy recovery. It could be something with his leg, so hopefully he is okay, and we will get ready to see this Berlin Redcoats try, stop whatever awaits this South Windsor offense. They were all on their knees, hoping for a speedy recovery, and he looks like he's walking by himself off the field, so he is fine. Back to the action here in just a moment. And I think if you're South Windsor, I think you just run this clock. Out. You don't even try for the end zone.
Yeah.
Prather calls a man in motion to the right. Fake the jet sweep. Prather looking to throw. Heaving, and it is intercepted again. Toronto with his second of the half. A great way to end the half there for the Berlin Redcoats as Caden Toronto comes up with the pick, and the deep ball that we've been waiting to see all half was an immediate interception.
I don't feel like that was a very smart play by the quarterback there. As you can see, he actually called an audible over there to switch the side of the player, and he looked like he was wide open, and he should have just stuck to his side over there.
Berlin on top, 28-14 with a big pick to close out the half. My name is Cole Pike, joined here by my good friend Tyler Pereira, and we will see you next half.
All right.
Looking to throw, Melville winds up, and Gabriel has it, touchdown Redcoats! A trick play from Melville. A toss to Melville, threw in, delivered. Fires in the end zone, touchdown Redcoats, Kyle Melville. A keeper has a block. Puzio down the left sideline. He is gone. Touchdown Redcoats. Cody. For this South Windsor offense, and Wyatt Prather gets ready to take the snap. Prather looking to throw. Fires, overthrown and intercepted. Caden Toronto with the pick. It brought down inside the. Just a moment, and I think if you're South Windsor, I think you just run this clock. Out. You don't even. Take the jet sweep. It is intercepted again. Toronto with his second of the half. Welcome back to BHS football at Scalise Field here at Sage Park. A beautiful day game as we get ready to start this second half. This first half went amazing for the Berlin Redcoats as they're on top 28-14. Closed this half out with an interception by Caden Toronto, which was his second of the half. Some good other performances from Kyle Melville with the passing and receiving touchdown, Gabe Rio with the receiving touchdown, and Cody Puzio with the rushing and passing touchdown. What do you think, Tyler? How is this game going for this Redcoat offense?
I feel like Cody Puzio has been playing fantastic this game. He's been very consistent for the Redcoats this game. He's been putting in good passing plays, and he's been making rushing yards. What do you feel? What do you think, Cole?
I feel like Cody Puzio has been just amazing for this Redcoat offense. He's passed the ball pretty well. He's rushed the ball amazingly, which is one of his biggest aspects of his game. He's been one of the best players in this game. He's been one of the leaders of this team for many games. I mean, he's also only a junior, so it's also shocking how he took that role so serious as being a junior. And we're just ready to kick off the second half as Solner's ready to kick this one away. 4-2 Berlin Redcoats on top, 28-14. The 2-4 South Windsor Bobcats have put up a decent fight, but this Redcoat offense has just been the better team. This whole Redcoat team, in fact, has just been the better team as Solner gets ready to kick this one away. Here we go. Solner boots this one left side. Bouncing inside the 10, another bobble and fielded. Tries to cut out field looking for a block, and he can't quite get much as he's brought down inside the 15, down at about near the 20-yard line. So this Redcoat defense, who has been a huge part in this game and in previous games, gets ready to take this field.
The Redcoats defense has been able to bring down these players really quickly. They've had most of these players on lockdown this whole entire game. We'll see what we can do in this second half.
Prather takes a snap here. It's a handoff, tries to cut it outside. He's immediately wrapped up. A great tackle by senior captain Kyle Melville. Getting right to him, running the left side, and immediately closed down on him. And it looked like it will be a loss of about 1 yard for the South Windsor Bobcats. So Kyle Melville, running back, receiver, and cornerback, one of the most versatile players on the football team. Do you think that his versatility is a huge factor in how good they've been playing these past 3 games?
He definitely has been playing in a variety of positions. I mean, he can do basically anything.
Hand off to Burke here, who keeps pushing and gonna get a gain of about, not too much, about a gain of a couple yards, as they will get a gain of 4 here and bringing up 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 7, coming up here for the South Windsor Bobcats offense. That's Prather. His last pass was an interception. He has thrown 2 interceptions. Both came to Torado. We'll see how Torado plays later in this half. Prather rolls out to his right, looking to throw. Fires back across the middle, and nearly an interception from the big man, which would have been the highlight of the day had he picked that off. And a big man interception, not something you see all the time, Tyler.
Yeah. That would have been really fantastic if he was able to pick that one off.
Would have been really huge had he picked that one off. Number 77, Jared Riley, who also plays center, nearly had his first ever high school interception. As South Windsor gets ready to punt this one away. Their punting game has not been the best. A good punt for the first time, and a bobble, and scooped up by South Windsor. So the special teams again for the Redcoats does not work again. The sneak onside kick to remember to start this game off, and the bobble there from Kyle Melville. And so the first, I feel like he should have just left that bounce, as this Berlin Redcoats special teams, who's been one of a huge deciding factor in numerous games in this year, as South Windsor gets their offense to stay out on the field. They went from inside their own 25 to inside their own 40. Ball will be placed at the 44. Snap to Prather, hands it off to Burke. trying to get what he can, and he's brought down after a gain of about 3 yards for this Berlin Redcoats defense, who has to come up huge after the bobble on the punt, after bad punts, after numerous bad special teams plays. They have to force a turnover here and try to, you know, get this ball back where they want it, Tyler.
I agree.
Looks like Prather's out at quarterback, and Ethan Burke comes back in, maybe looking for a direct snap again here, which they have ran multiple times in this game with the direct snap. And Burke, who's been the heart and soul and backbone of this South Windsor team, calls a man in motion to the right, hands it off, and on the jet sweep, he's brought down. Sean Granger again with another tackle on the day. And a gain of about 1 yards for this South Windsor team, and this Berlin Redcoats defense on another 3rd down, looking to try and get this ball back. CJ Riccitelli, now linebacker. Last year he was the quarterback for this varsity football team and is now at linebacker, replaced by Puzio. Ethan Burke with a direct snap, and he's immediately wrapped up in the backfield. Will Balicki, Jared Riley, and multiple others were in there right on Burke immediately, and another 4th down coming up here. And I think if you're the special teams, you just have to catch this ball.
Yeah.
Another punt coming up here, a bad punt. This one will sail, bouncing at the 30, and will be fielded at about the 23-yard line. And so the Redcoats offense gets ready to take the field like they should have 4 plays ago after the bobbled punt by Kyle Melville, as Cody Puzio gets ready to try and lead another touchdown drive to extend their lead to 21. And so this Redcoat team trying to, you know, get another touchdown here. Gabriel lined up on the right side, Carmine Rio on the left side, Torado in the slot. Cody Puzio with Melville in the backfield. Play action fake, fires a low throw, but sliding catch there made by Carmine Rio, and that'll be a gain of about 6 yards, 6-5 yards for this Berlin Redcoat team. And I think if you're Cody Puzio, you might have to try and get back to that running game for this Redcoat offense. What do you think, Tyler?
I agree. I feel like Cody Puzio's rushing has been really good this game, and it could definitely lead them to getting another touchdown or 1st down.
Puzio hands it off here to Melville, and he'll get enough for a 1st down. Redcoats moving those chains for the Berlin Redcoats is Kyle Melville. Ball will be placed at about the 35-yard line as this Redcoat offense looks to try and get another fresh set of downs as they just converted. And they'll bring up 1st down and 10 here. 7 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. Gabriel lined up on the right side. Handed off to Melville, who's immediately met by numerous South Windsor players. Immediately right on Melville. They read the run perfectly, and should be 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Berlin Redcoats.
In my opinion, during this game, the South Windsor defense hasn't been really able to read these plays very well. What do you think?
I feel like they've read the run plays very well, especially how they tried to mix up the run with the pass. DeJesus coming in motion. Puzio decided to keep it, and he's immediately wrapped up, and Puzio's slow to get up. And this will be 3rd and 11 coming up here for this Berlin Redcoat offense. And I think you pass it here, Tyler. There's no question. You just pass it.
There's no benefit in trying to hand it off or run it here.
Loss of the yard and play bridge on 3rd and 11.
De Jesus lined up in the backfield. Puzio looking to throw. Puzio pumps and he will tuck it and run. Cuts to the outside. Cody Puzio down the sideline, and he will have enough for a first down, Redcoats. Puzio with an 11-yard rush decided to go ahead and keep it. Pump fake, kept it, ran up the field, cut it up, got a block, was shoved out of bounds, but not before he could get the first down, and another fresh set of downs and a 3rd down conversion. Ball will be placed at about the 49-yard line, nearing Bobcat territory. Puzio empty backfield. Puzio rolls out to his right, looking to throw, fires near sideline, and nearly intercepted. It looked maybe even tipped by South Windsor and Gabe Rio, the intended receiver.
2nd down.
And Aiden De Jesus looks like he's limping a bit off the field.
You're good, Aiden.
As the fans seem a little upset as Aiden De Jesus looks a little wobbly. As Melville back in the game at running back. Gabriel lined up on the right side. Carmine Rio on the left side. Puzio play action fake, and a screen pass will be caught by Torado trying to cut outside. Torado shoved out of bounds. Does he have enough for a first down?
Enough for a Redcoat.
And he will not have enough for a first down. It will be 3rd and short, maybe even 3rd and inches.
And 1.
And it looks like about a 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Redcoats. I think you rush it here. What do you think?
I definitely think they should rush it. No question about it.
I would agree. I think you 100% have to rush this ball right here.
Yeah.
And they do exactly that, and Melville lunges forward. Does he have a first down? They are going to say he is.
Falls forward for a Redcoat. First down.
They're going to say he has a first down. Kyle Melville lunges forward for yards. First down, Redcoats moving those chains. Puzio with an empty backfield. Gabriel on the near sideline. Melville and Dasher in the slot. Puzio fires left side to Carmine Rio. Caught and runs across the 35-yard line inside the 35. That was Torado. And he's going to be just short of the first down. 2nd and 2 coming up here for this Berlin Redcoat offense as Puzio gets ready to try and put together a touchdown drive, maybe even 3-point drive. You see Solner warming up on the sideline, does have a huge leg, could probably kick from 40 yards. He nailed a 34-yarder earlier in this game to put up 3 points on the board for the Berlin Redcoats. And his longest was a 40-yarder coming last week. Puzio hands it off. Melville has a block. Kyle Melville streaking upfield across the 20-yard line, inside the 20-yard line, inside the red zone. Kyle Melville with a huge gain, which would put them at a first down here. We're just about nearing under the 4-minute mark to go. Berlin on top by 14, and I think they're just trying to chew clock here. Tyler, what do you think?
I agree with that. I feel like Melville this game has been playing fantastic, just showing why he's the captain of this team.
I would agree with that. Melville lined up in the slot. Puzio takes it. Puzio cuts up the left field, and he's brought down inside the 15, maybe down at about the 10, as Cody Puzio, who's been a huge rushing quarterback, and one of the biggest parts of his game and one of the biggest parts that throws many teams off is his rushing ability, Tyler.
Yeah. I definitely we've seen several design runs from him today. And he's definitely made a bunch of passing plays as well to get a lot of positive gain.
Melville and Tirado lined up on the slot. 3 receivers on the right side. They're stacked there. Puzio rolls out, fires to Melville. Cuts and shoved inside the 5. Kyle Melville, who's already had a receiving touchdown and a passing touchdown in this game, gets inside the 5 as Puzio rolled out to his right and delivered a perfect pass right in front of him, right to Kyle Melville. And this will bring up 1st and goal here, coming up for the Berlin Redcoats.
Ball spotted on the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for the Redcoats.
Puzio with Melville in the backfield. The give to Melville, and he is in for a Redcoat touchdown. And with that rushing touchdown, Kyle Melville now has a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. One of the few players in football to do so, not something you see every day in football, as Kyle Melville gets his 3rd total touchdown. As Jake Solner looks to go 4 for 4 on the day, as the Redcoats are up 34 to 14, under 3 minutes 30 seconds to go, 3:25 left. Melville to hold. Snap is good, hold is down, the kick is up, and Solner is 4 for 4 on the day.
Jake Solner with the extra point. It's good.
That makes Jake Solner actually 5 for 5 on the day with that extra point there, as the Berlin Redcoats lead 35 to 14, up by 21. Nearing this 3-minute mark in this 3rd quarter, and it's looking almost over for South Windsor, especially if they don't score off this drive, Tyler.
Yeah. I feel like the game might actually already be over. There's not really any hope for South Windsor anymore, especially with the consistency that Berlin have been playing.
I would agree with that. But as we've seen in the past, Ethan Burke, he can change the complexion of this game with just one play, and bobbled inside the 10, looking to cut up field, and he's immediately brought down inside the 20-yard line, and looked like a little bit of jawing at each other late in this 3rd quarter, as the Redcoats on top 21, 3:20 left in this game in the 3rd quarter.
Ball spotted on the South Windsor 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Bobcats.
1st and 10 coming up here for South Windsor. Wyatt Prather looking to try and lead a touchdown drive. If he doesn't get it here, this game could be over, and you could really just close this one away. Prather motions a man to his right. Prather flags fly, and fans are happy. Off the hands, incomplete. Guarded by Tirado, and a false start. It looked like fans were happy with that flag. They thought it was on South Windsor, and it was. And so they will be pushed back from their original spotting. About 1st and 15 coming up here for South Windsor, as this Redcoat defense looks to try and force another 3 and out. The flag flying, which is huge, putting South Windsor in a place where you don't want to be, especially at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Sean Granger and Will Balicki, both of the defensive edge rushers. Prather hands it off, cuts it up the middle, and he's brought down by Richatelli. Cyrus Revenoff was in there also, as Jared Riley looked like he was also in there, which will bring up 2nd down and 10 after a 5-yard gain for the South Windsor Bobcats as they get ready on the 2nd down here.
77, Jared Riley, and number 9, Christian Richatelli. Pick up a 5 yards, it'll bring up 2nd.
Coming towards the end of the 3rd quarter, 21-point game. You need to score off this drive, Tyler.
Yeah. If they can't score off of this drive, it's definitely over for South Windsor. They weren't
100%.
really at the races today either way.
100%, I agree with that. As Wyatt Prather looks to take the snap, the sophomore quarterback out of South Windsor. Prather on a toss, and he's immediately brought down Cyrus Revenoff got right in there immediately. And Brooks Ellis also got in there. Both seniors, both huge impact players in this game.
I, however, do feel like South Windsor does have potential to do good in a couple of years because they have a lot of young players on their team, and they have potential to be really good players.
And speaking of young players, freshman Noah Foster, the 5'9", number 80, 165-pound freshman, is guarding Ethan Burke on the left side. Prather looking to throw, dumps it off, and completed pass for the first time in this half. And does he have enough for a first down? He will be just short, looking like 4th and inches. And wrong, they spotted him, I think, a little bit short, and so South Windsor is able to move these chains. As drive will start at about the 36-yard line with the fresh set of downs here coming up for the South Windsor Bobcats. Prather takes a snap, hands it off again, and he cuts it upfield, still going, and he might have enough, maybe just short, and he took a tough fit there, looks a little shaken up, slow to get up, able to get up. So, Tyler, what do you think about this South Windsor? Because they've been handing it off to number 44 pretty much virtually every single play in this game.
Yeah, they've definitely been relying on him a lot.
Looks like they've shut down Ethan Burke, too. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Ethan Burke, I feel like, Ethan Burke has definitely been a fantastic player this game for South Windsor, but none of them have really started clicking yet, so we'll have to see what they can do.
We will see what happens
when this fourth quarter comes around.
Prather looking to throw. He's going for the deep ball again, and off the hands, incomplete. Carmine Rio would have had a pick had he reeled that one in. Looked like a spectacular one-handed catch, but he was unable to reel that one in. A bad pass from Prather, tremendously underthrown. As this will bring up 3rd down and short for this South Windsor Bobcat team. 3rd and 1 coming up here as Prather delivered a horrible pass, which was nearly intercepted. It looked like it was right to Carmine Rio. And a flag down. Looks like false start. And they're going to say it was... Fans are not happy. They think other way as this is offsides, and we hear a little bit of boos here from the crowd here at Scalise Field in Sage Park. Drive will the first set of downs now for South Windsor as it is now at about the 50-yard line. Screen pass to Burke, who scored a touchdown last time this happened. Pulled down immediately from Carmine Rio. And a little bit of jawing at each other at the end of that play. Carmine Rio and Ethan Burke getting into it. Carmine Rio looked like he pointed at the scoreboard.
Ball spotted on the 40-yard line of the Redcoats. 1st and 10. South Windsor.
1st and 10 here coming up for South Windsor as the screen pass from Ethan Burke worked just well enough to be able to get that first down for South Windsor. We're under a minute to go here in this 3rd quarter, nearing that 4th quarter mark. 35-14, 21-point deficit that South Windsor has to try and make up. Prather out to his right, looking to throw a touch pass, and it's caught. And another completed pass floated right into the bucket inside the 25, near about the 20-yard line.
And up for another.
And another first down. Keep on moving the chain, South Windsor does, with 34 seconds left to play in this half, or 3rd quarter, excuse me. Prather hands it off again. He's immediately met. Sean Granger again with a big play for this Berlin Redcoat defense, who's been one of the stars these past couple of games for this defense. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Berlin on top, 21 points, 35-14 here in this end of the third quarter.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. With your score, Berlin 35, South Windsor 14.
We are in the fourth quarter now. 12 minutes left on the clock. 35-14 still, the 2-4 Bobcats looking to try and avoid the loss and try to move their record to 3-4, although it's not looking like it. The Berlin Redcoats looking to try and move their record to 5-2 with a win today.
It looks as if it is definitely over for South Windsor this game.
Yep.
It doesn't really seem like they have any sort of chance of coming back in this fourth quarter.
Ethan Burke in the game at quarterback now. Burke hands it off again. And number 44 has been someone they've been really relying on as this bring up third down for South Windsor. We don't know if they're in field goal range yet. Their kicker has not been the best at kicking. We have not seen him kick a bunch. They have just been trying these onside kicks numerous times. He's not been kicking the ball except for one time on a kickoff.
I agree with that.
Burke looked a little frustrated with the coaches on that last play call, maybe saying, give me the ball, I'm the game changer. We need to try and score a touchdown. For me, is your best bet, but this Redcoat team has shut him down perfectly. Burke running right, looking to throw, lofts it to the end zone, and batted down, incomplete. Closed out there by Melville and Torado, and so the incomplete pass will stand as it is. And I think if you're South Windsor, do you go for this, Tyler? What do you think?
I think they have no choice but to go for it. There's not really anything else they could do.
Nothing much that you have to lose here. You are down by 21. Fourth down here. You're inside Redcoat territory, nearing the red zone. You're about 2 yards away from it. But it is a long first down that you have to try to get. They don't trust their kicker. The punt does you no good because obviously you're nearing the red zone, and they really don't trust their special teams at all. 11 minutes to go here. Prather a little out to his right. He's pressured and just dumps it off, and this Redcoat defense stops him. Brooks Sellis was the man who got right there as this Redcoat offense gets ready to take this field once again with a field goal or a touchdown. This game is for sure done.
Yeah. If I were South Windsor, I would definitely have either gone for a Hail Mary or just have gone for the first down. I mean, there's not really anything else you could do. If you're going to get the first down and you're that close to the end zone, you might as well try and go for the touchdown.
I would agree with that. So it looks like CJ Riccitelli is in at quarterback. He's starting varsity quarterback last year. Cody Puzo has been taking a lot of shots today. They're trying to protect him in this game. And Anthony Gaspari, he is a senior, number 14 in the slot. Riccitelli hands it off to Dasher, who cuts it upfield, who has some speed to him. And he's about second and 2 coming up here for the Berlin Redcoats. Melville, Torado, Cody Puzio all out as Riccitelli now getting some reps at quarterback. He is the backup varsity quarterback behind Puzio, the starting middle linebacker, and one of the captains of this football team. Gaspari in the slot. De Jesus also back there to receive. Riccitelli with an empty backfield. Riccitelli looking to throw, dumps it off, and dropped by Gaspari. Was in his hands, and he just dropped it, which will bring up 3rd and short. Would have had a first down had he reeled that in, and this will bring up 3rd and 2 here for the Redcoats. Carmine Rio's still in the game, though. Gabe Rio's still in the game, but replacing Torrado with Gaspari. Logan Dasher in the game at running back. Hands it off to Dasher, who cuts it upfield. Dasher has some speed to him. A flag is thrown, and we'll check the call.
Carried by number 1, Logan Dasher, enough for a Redcoat first down, but there are flags on the flag.
And it will be in favor of the Redcoats, which should move the chains, I believe, for a Redcoat first down. And it looked like it is a 15-yard penalty on South Windsor, as these Redcoat offense move these chains here. Under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. We're nearing the end. Riccitelli hands it off to De Jesus, who cuts it back. De Jesus down the left sideline, trucks a man. It gets upended inside the 35. Near the 30, ball will be placed probably at about the 32-yard line. Aiden De Jesus cut inside, cut back out, trucked a man, and had a first down on that run for the Berlin Redcoats.
Ball spotted on South Windsor 32-yard line, 1st and 10, Redcoats.
Under 10 minutes to go here. Riccitelli takes a snap, looking to throw, winds it up. He's going for the deep ball for Carmine Rio, and way overthrown.
Pass is incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd.
I don't feel like that was the right option there. I feel like they should have gone a little shorter, or they could have handed it off.
I feel like you could probably try and just chew the clock. I mean, you're up by 21. I feel like you just want to seal this win. Maybe try to chew the clock as much as you can in this game. Riccitelli still in at quarterback, empty backfield here with Gaspari, the man in motion. Riccitelli on a keeper. Riccitelli dives and got a gain of about 6 or 7 yards, and Riccitelli with his first run of the day. He's a strong quarterback. He's mobile at times. And they're going to give Riccitelli 7 yards on that rush, which will bring up 3rd and 3 here for the Berlin Redcoats. Under 9 minutes to go, 8:50 left in this game in the 4th quarter. Berlin still on top. Score has not changed since early in the 3rd quarter. Camden Lavoie in the backfield. Riccitelli looking to run again, cuts it back. Riccitelli has enough for a first down, made a move, and a flag is thrown, and that will go in the favor of the Redcoats, I believe.
There is a flag.
And some chants from the fans. And just like we thought, the football will be going in the favor of the Redcoats Sophomore Camden Lavoie in the game now. Our running back Gaspari still in there in the slot with Dasher and both Rios lined up on the far sides. Richatelli lofts it, a jump ball for Gaspari, incomplete. I don't know if you'd be wanting to throw a jump ball to the 5'6" guy, but
definitely not.
Gaspari is a senior. He is 5'6" and tried to go up for a jump ball, nearly got it. Richatelli with an empty backfield here on 2nd down and goal to go. Inside the 10-yard line. Richatelli looking to keep it. Richatelli is no signal yet. He is just short of the touchdown. And this will be 3rd and goal coming up here. 3rd and goal to go at about the 1-yard line. Richatelli was about a yard short. Outstretched his arm. Nearly got there for the first down.
Let's see what the Redcoats can do with this play.
See what they can do with this play, Tyler. Amanda, what do you think? Do you think they just run, or do you think they go for a little, trickery again, or do you think they pass it? What do you think?
I think they should definitely run it. I mean, there's no point of doing anything else.
I would agree. I think you have to run this football.
Yeah.
Direct snap to Richatelli. Flag is thrown, and Richatelli is in for the touchdown, but we'll check the call. And it looks like it's going against the Redcoats, so no touchdown there, and this will be a replay of a 3rd down. So this will be a replay of 3rd down. They're pushed back just a bit at about the 6-7 yard line.
That penalty makes it 2nd and goal from the 6.
Never mind, it will be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
That's better. 3rd and goal from the 6.
And an error from the line judge, as this will be 3rd and goal to go at the 6-yard line. Gaspar, the man in motion. Richatelli looking to throw, pops it over the middle, and incomplete. Intended for Rio, who nearly had a touchdown had he reeled that one in. And I think Jake Solner will come out to attempt this field goal possibly. And it looks like the offense is staying out thus far. If they did decide to kick it, it would have been a 24-yard attempt, which would have been pretty much automatic for Jake Solner, but this offense is staying out on the field. Richatelli drops back to pass, looking for a jump ball and completely overthrown at the back of the end zone. So they don't convert off the 4th down, and score stays the same, 35-14, under 7 minutes to go in this 4th quarter as South Windsor's offense gets ready to take this field again. And this game is indeed over. There's not much South Windsor can do at this point.
Yeah, it does seem like it is over. There's only 6 minutes, or about 7 minutes remaining of this game. South Windsor is definitely done for them.
I would have to agree with that. I feel like this game would just be done at this point. Melville is being subbed out now for Dasher, and I feel like you just sub out your starters and probably put in some other guys, just try to get them reps at the varsity level versus South Windsor here.
Yeah.
Prather looking to throw. Hit as he throws it, a wobbler, and it's incomplete. Looked like he was hit as he lofted that one. I don't know really why you're I mean you could just really throw anything at this point because you just need whatever you can get, but I don't know why you're passing that football. You're inside your own territory.
I agree with that. There's no way that That pass was off by a mile either way. Definitely was not going to the person he intended to throw it to.
I would agree with that, as Prather stays in this game, has not been a factor at all as the quarterback. Prather is and a fumble, and Redcoats pounce on it, but it looks like it'll be South Windsor's ball, but we'll check the call. And the Bobcats do indeed recover the football right there, as the fumble came from number 44, I believe, who's been one of their big players this game. And this will bring up 3rd and 10 here for the Berlin Redcoats, nearing that 6-minute mark, as this game is almost certainly over. 6:08 to go. Prather staying in the game, number 44, as the running back, who they've been giving it to a lot. Burke, the man in motion to the left side. Flag is thrown. Burke still going, cuts it upfield, and Burke.
Number 5 on the carry, but there's a
And it looks like the fans want to block in the back, and we'll check the call. Illegal shift on the offense, and Burke looks a little wobbly at the end of that play, running off the field a little, looking like he's limping a bit. Third and 15 coming up here for the offense, as at this point I think you just pass this ball. Tyler, what do you think?
I think that we should pass this ball as well. This game is already basically over.
I feel like you just pass this ball here. You're nearing that 5-minute mark. Prather rolls out back across the middle, and it's caught, and he shakes a man, breaks another tackle, stays up, and he's going to have enough for a first down, I believe. And yes, first down, South Windsor. And it looked like he broke a lot of tackles there, about 2 to 3 tackles for South Windsor.
Yep. In my opinion, there definitely isn't enough time left in this game for them to come back.
I mean, you need a touchdown, onside kick, touchdown, onside kick, touchdown, onside kick, possibly.
Exactly.
Running left side after the jet sweep, and he's immediately wrapped up again. The Berlin Redcoats have read that jet sweep and that run nearly perfect every single time.
Brought down by number 58, Will Balicki in the backfield, loss of a yard. Bring up 2nd and 11.
And at 5 o'clock, we have Redcoat soccer for the boys varsity team here at Sage Park.
I will be playing in that game, so you might see me if you decide to tune in. Prather drops back to pass, looking to throw right side, overthrown and off the hands, incomplete. Close out there by Carmine Rio and Logan Dasher, as this will bring up 3rd down and 2 for the South Windsor Bobcats. 3rd and 10, excuse me. Prather, the quarterback, with Fox right there, right next to him. Prather looking to throw, winds up, a wobbler, intercepted. Carmine Rio, a flag is thrown. We'll check the call. Hold on. It might have been after the pick, and we'll just check the call to make sure. And it looks as if the Redcoats do have the ball here, so.
As I've said before, Carmine Rio is a fantastic player. He's a very versatile player. He's good at offense and defense.
I would
and
agree.
that just goes to show
4
how
minutes.
good he can be.
I would agree. It was a Looks like it was a penalty on the offense on that play, so the Redcoats get some extra yards after the interception by Carmine Rio. Anthony Mangelo, the running back. And they'll give it to him, and he'll get a gain of about 4 or 5 yards as Mangelo now as the running back. They took out Cam Lavoie, and they put in Mangelo. Riccitelli still out there as the quarterback. Gaspari in at receiver also. Jador Dixon at receiver now, number 6. And the refs blow their whistle. Running clock. Looking like trying to run the clock here. Gaspari in at the backfield. Cam Lavoie in front of him. Jador Dixon on the left side. Mangelo in at slot receiver on the right. Riccitelli with the handoff. Gaspari is not going to get much. It was 2nd and 5, and it will be no gain. 3rd and 5 as Gaspari. Eli Rice is in the game now, subbing out Anthony Mangelo, and Riccitelli is still in at quarterback. Clock still moving. We're under that 3-minute mark as this game is ready to just be put away and put to sleep. Cam Lavoie in at the running back position. CJ Riccitelli in at quarterback. Riccitelli looking to throw, fires, and he has Dixon dropped. This will bring up 4th down for the Redcoats, as probably just going to stay out there and just get extra reps for these guys that just want reps. And if you can get a 1st down off this play here, you can go into victory formation and you can seal this game right from there. We're 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in this game, 2:39 to be exact, as Cam Lavoie is in at running back. Jador Dixon on the left side, Gaspari in at the slot on the left. Fires, he has Dixon, and that will be enough for a 1st down, and that could very well do it, ladies and gentlemen, as they could get in victory formation here, or maybe even just try to get these guys extra reps. I think you go into victory formation here.
I agree.
Maybe even you can wait till a minute, 30 seconds to go into victory formation. Maybe just try to get a couple plays on for these guys. Virtually all these guys just don't really get many varsity reps, as Eli Rice is in our running back. Gaspari, the slot receiver, on the right side. Jador Dixon lined up on the left side. And a handoff to Eli Rice, who's not going to get much, and they could go in victory formation just from here, which I think they should do. I think they will.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And it looks like they're not going to be in victory formation, and they will still get some extra reps for these guys that don't really get to see much playing time on varsity. Riccitelli hands it off to, that was Tommy Moda, who got a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. It should bring up 3rd down. We're about under a minute to go here in this 4th quarter, and the Redcoats looking to just to try and get extra reps, like we just said. Moda still in the backfield. Jador Dixon on the left side, with Anthony Mangelo with the slot on the right side. Riccitelli hands it off. Moda running right side. Looked like he tripped over himself a bit, and he got brought down just enough, and that is likely the last play of the game. They will let this clock wind down, and the Berlin Redcoats In a day game, nothing changes. They win at Scalise Field and Sage Park once again.
Final score here.
I don't
Final
feel
score.
like there was any doubt that the Redcoats would win this game.
Final score 35-14 as the clock hits triple zeros to end this game. So the Berlin Redcoats advance their win streak to 4 wins, advancing to 5-2 on the year with stellar performances today from Cody Puzio. Kyle Melville had a passing, receiving, and rushing touchdown in this game. Carmine Rio added an interception, and Hayden Torado had 2 huge interceptions early in this game. From BHS TV, it has been Cole Pike and Tyler Pereira. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking to throw. Melville winds up, and Gabe Rio has it. Touchdown, Redcoats. A trick play from Melville. A toss to Melville, threw in, delivered. Fires in the end zone, touchdown. Redcoats, Kyle Melville. Has a block. Puzio down the left sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, Redcoats. Cody. Fires overthrown and intercepted. Caden Torado with the pick. It brought down inside the. Just a moment, and I think if you're South Windsor, I think you just run this clock. I think he just run this clock out. You don't need to take the jet sweep. It is intercepted again. Toronto with his second of the half. Right next to him. Lines up, a wobbler intercepted. Carmine Rio, a flag is thrown to check the call.